A lot of people think grip fighting is just breaking grips as hard as you can. You know, somebody grabs your collar and you just break it like that. But that's not really grip fighting, that's grip breaking. Grip fighting is having more grips in your opponent. So if he has one grip, I need to have two, or he needs to have zero and I need to have two. It's having more grips. And also the grips you have need to be better than the grips he has. Okay? And the reason you want that is because it gives you control of the person in a way that they can't really attack you and affect your posture and control the distance, and it gives you the ability to control the distance with them. Okay? So we're going to start one hand at a time. All right? Usually you see, even in jiu-jitsu, we lock up with a same side grip and then a sleeve grip, and they'll usually do the same. And this is kind of where the fight will be. You'll do takedowns from here. You don't want to do this. I call this locking horns with the person. Nothing happens when you guys lock horns. What you want is freedom of movement, freedom of closing the distance, and you want to stop him from locking horns with you, okay? So we're going to go one side at a time. We'll start with the collar side, okay? And I'll show you guys what you need to do to make sure he doesn't get control of your body, all right? So this is the drill I like to show and teach. You start with one grip on the collar, and when I have this grip on the collar, I basically have a post into his shoulder, stopping him from getting close. Like, in the most simple way, it keeps him away from me. And then if he doesn't have a grip on me, I can get close to him when I want. Okay, so I'm winning in this scenario. What's going to happen when I grab this collar a lot of the times is they're going to try to grab the collar, like reach over and grab my collar in the same way so that he has that control where he can kind of keep me away. Or he's going to go underneath and he's going to try to do the same thing. Okay? So I don't want him to be able to post where I'm posting on him. I only want to keep my post on, and I want to be able to get close to him. Okay, so this is what you do. You start with the grip on the collar, and as they go over the top, you're going to work with your elbow to push his hand up and kind of deflect this. Okay? And then I have a grip on my lapel like this, and I can kind of tuck it like that and use it to break his grip on my collar. So say I have this, he goes over the top, he starts reaching his fingers in, I do like that. Okay, try to grab my collar. See, I'm going here. If he really starts digging it in, see how I'm working with this and I'm pulling down at the same time. It doesn't work that well if he's already dug his fingers in, but it takes a little bit of time for a person to get a strong grip. Like, they don't just get it right away. They kind of like work their fingers in, and that's the time that you're trying to pop this out. Okay, so when he goes over the top, I flare and I'm working with this. When he goes underneath, I need to close all this space. Okay, so I start to bring my forearm down like perpendicular across his forearm, and I put it into his waist, and I bring my hip really close like this. And now I'm still working with this hand to kind of just, bodyguard this collar grip. Okay, so if he starts reaching, I'm keeping it away, I'm pinning here. Okay, go over the top, here, go underneath, here, like that. Okay, there's other things happening. Like over here, I'm looking for the sleeve. There's other stuff happening over here. But the fight on this side, that's what's going on. Okay, you're trying to keep them off your collar using this here, using your other hand to kind of help. And if you can do this long enough, it gives you opportunities to attack the person. Okay, so the drill I want you guys to do, you're going to go with your partner. You're going to have about like 1 minute, and your partner's going to actively try to reach over and grab. Don't use your second hand for now. Just use this hand just to build the skill. They're going to try to grab, exactly. And then they're going to try to go underneath. And you pin here. See how he's putting my hand, like he's touching my forearm against my side? It's like I'm in a cast right now. So it's really hard for me to turn the corner and get that grip, okay? You guys can practice it static at first, but I want you guys to move around a little bit, kind of like a warm-up. Okay, so it'll look a little bit like this. I'll start here, and I want to move around. See? See how I'm changing levels, I'm changing angles, I'm moving, I'm opening. As he's coming in, I'm closing again. My other hand is here, ready to pull it off, okay? This is the fight on the collar side, okay? Let's work on this a little bit, and then we'll start to talk about what to do on the sleeve side, okay? Does that make sense? You guys have any questions? Okay, just a game of control. So you guys are gonna go 1 minute each, and I'm gonna watch you guys, okay? Anybody need to see it one more time? One more time, okay? So we're starting here. If they go over the top, I'm flaring, like I'm a fencer. like this. Okay, I'm kind of using my elbow. Notice how I'm not grabbing really hard on the collar where it makes my arm like one solid thing. I go a little bit lower, I keep it loose so I can move it. So he goes over the top, I'm here. If he gets a grip on the collar, right there, he starts to come underneath, I need to go across his forearm, like that. Here, like this. Just like that, over the top, underneath. You guys can move around while you're doing it. Start to warm up a little bit, okay? I do this drill a lot, and you can start to incorporate this with the second drill I'm gonna show you, and then you start to just work in foot sweeps, and pretty soon you're really dangerous on your feet. A person can't grab you, and they're like losing their balance constantly, okay? Let's go, one person is gonna go for 1 minute, and then we'll switch. Let's go, 1, 2, 3.